It's Beer and Food O'Clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Brooklyn Brewery sent me a really nice parcel of beer. Look at that. Nice box of Defender IPA. That's what it looks like inside. It was 6 cans, 3 of the Brooklyn Lager, 3 of the Defender IPA, and that's all of their pump clips from past and present beers that they brew. So this is what the can looks like. Thank you to Brooklyn Brewery for sending the beer. 330ml can, 5.5% ABV, and I'm going to be pairing it with some Levi Roots Reggae Reggae Groove Cut Crisps, medium spice. They're made by Burt's Potato Crisps. Without further ado, let's get the can out into a glass, see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the can opening. Beer in the glass then. We got a 3-finger white head, good levels of carbonation, slightly hazy beer. I can see particles there floating around in the glass. It's a light, very light amber coloured beer. I'm almost going straw coloured. The camera's picking it up as a darker coloured beer. My eyes are picking it up. If I hold it there, it's darker. If I put it in front of me, that's probably a better representation of what the beer looks like in terms of colour. Looks good. Let's get the aroma. Smells good. Lots of American hops going on. I'd say more of the peel kind, so some grapefruit peel, some orange peel. Spicy, peppery, a little bit of malt in there. Smells good. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Ooh. Oh yeah, I like that. That made my palate, or my kind of, my palate was sending signals to my brain. I was like that, whoop, whoop, up and down, in and out, twisting round. It was sending me down different kind of paths of traditional, strong British IPA, and then traditional. Can you believe we're saying traditional American style IPA now? I mean, they've been producing this style of beer, the Americans, this fantastic style of beer for years now, where they do a lot of kind of hopping with lovely kind of juicy hops, and then juicy hops represent some grapefruit, orange peel, fleshy blood orange, all in this very beer. Carbonation pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth, but yeah, there's definitely a more traditional side to this beer also. There's some stinging nettle flavours come in. Maybe some from German Hersbrucker hops, or some British Nels. I can't think of the name of the hop now. It's from Slovenia originally. Oh, it'll come to me. Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. Yeah, it's quite tropical, then it's dry, then it's bitter, then it goes back to being tropical, then it goes over to being a nettly, and that's the traditional aspect of the beer, a more nettly flavour. Oh, there's British hops right there. It's disturbing the beer review. It was originally brewed in Slovenia, but the Brits have been using it for such a long time. Oh. It's a British hop. Oh, never mind. It'll either come or it won't. Right, Brooklyn Defender IPA. What do I think about it? 5.5%. I like the carbonation, pushing the beer on the inside of the mouth, releasing more of that flavour. I like the fact that there's a nice balance to it. There's a bit of sweetness to begin with. There's nice bitterness on the back end. I like the middle. There's a nice kind of tasty middle of tropical fruit. And I'm really enjoying the back end. I'm really enjoying the finish on the beer. The long finish. As I'm speaking now, there's this kind of just longing bitterness that's just hanging around on the back of the palate. So bittering hops used and some dry hopping. Question is, it's always the question, would I buy it? Brooklyn sent me the beer. If I seen this beer in the shop after I've reviewed it, would I buy it again? Yeah, I think I would. I think I've seen this in Tesco in the UK, part of the 3 for £5.25 in the cans deal, I think. Yeah, I would most definitely. If I seen this in Tesco's for £5.25 for 3 cans, I would most definitely pick them up and add them to my barbecue selection. I'm going to be 40 in 2 days. I'd probably post this video, I'll already be 40. But I plan on having a big barbecue with friends and family for my 40th birthday when I get home from Venice. And I'm going to need beer. I am going to need beer. So I'm going to drive to my local Tesco and I'm going to buy a load of beer for myself, friends, family. It's just what I'm like. I like buying beer for people. I like spreading the good word of beer. And I'll buy some of these. I'll stick them in the conservatory. Open the doors, of course. Won't let the conservatory get too warm. But it's still May. It's not that warm. It's still only May. And people can go and help themselves. People can go and help themselves. And I think people will generally like this beer. I've liked it. Good beer. I'll rate it in a moment. But I want to get into these Reggae Reggae sauce, into these Reggae Reggae groove cut crisps. I remember watching, I'm a big fan of Dragon's Den. And a couple of investors, this guy with dreadlocks rolls in with a guitar. Comes in, strumming his guitar, starts singing and talking about his reggae sauce, and he does his pitch, and he's not that kind of... He's just a good guy. He's just a good guy singing about his sauce he makes. And I think he misses some of his numbers, as some of these people do on Dragon's Den. And a couple of people dropped out, and Peter Jones, I think, took a chance on him. Peter Jones was like, there's something about you I really like. And of course, that Reggae sauce is everywhere now. It's kind of like, we buy it all the time to go in our... Oh, what do we make with it? We make like bean wraps and chicken wraps and stuff with it. And it goes really well in wraps. Anyway, I've only ever had his Reggae sauce. Now I'm trying his Reggae groove cut crisps. Here we go. That's what they look like. Oh. Ho, 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 ho. Oh, Levi Roots, you have done it. And Birch Crisps, you've done it also. Wow. Big crunchy crisps, all the flavour goes in the grooves so they don't release. They don't fall to the bottom of the bag. That's the secret of groove cut crisps. You get to keep all of the flavour there inside the grooves. Doesn't slip out. And then, wow, they're really spicy. But they got this like beefy kind of texture to them as well. A beefy flavour. They're tremendous. They're going to catch on. I think they're going to just like ride the waves a little bit. People that start talking about them on social media. Woo! They got a spice to them. I had the Seabrooks, the Extreme Trinidad Scorpion Chili Crisps, and they were bonkers, and they burnt my face off. And that video did really well for me. And then I did the crisps. They did 3 bags Seabrooks. They did like a lime chili crisp, then like a hotter crisp in the middle, and then these like Trinidad Scorpion crisps. They were unedible. It took me about 3 weeks to eat them, just a couple of crisps at a time, because I won't waste food. If I bought the food, I won't chuck them in the bin. I punished myself for like 3 weeks eating these crisps, just 3 at a time until they were all gone. I was glad they were gone. But these, what I'm trying to get at is, these are like the next level down. The Seabrooks, I can't remember what they were. They were like just a chili crisp. They still had the warning sign on. They were still really hot. But these are like in that zone, in that, I call it the lovely kind of comfort zone for me. Everybody's chili levels are different heights, different tolerances. That's what I'm looking for. This is that warm burn, a capable, comfortable, warm burn that's getting me a bit tacky. Yeah, I'm a bit, my top lip's sweating a bit, getting a bit tacky, but I'm not like, ooh, you know, I'm not like rolling about on the floor that I can't eat these crisps. These are in that wonderful comfort zone. And with that kind of IPA, that Brooklyn IPA, I got 2 more cans of the IPA. I got 2 more cans of the Brooklyn Lager. I might go back over to the shop where I bought these, buy another 2 bags of them, and sit in my garden, drinking beer and eating crisps. What a life we live, eh? Okay, rating for the beer first. I like it. I do. I like that. It's not trying to be a other half. It's not trying to be a Cloudwater. It's not trying to be a Verdant. It's not trying to be, you know, some of the big funky Trillium. That's it. It's not trying to be one of those big, like, really kind of funky, crazy IPAs that the Americans and the Brits are now brewing. But they're like £7-8 a can. This is like more IPA for, I would say, lighting a barbecue and kicking back and just enjoying a beer with flavour, but without kind of like munching your brain too much, without overthinking a beer. I still love a really good, of course I do, love a really good Cloudwater. I really love a good, never had a Trillium. I've had other half, that was really good. I really love these style of beers, but then again, I really love just sitting in my hammock in the garden in the sun with a few beers that are just tasty and just flavoursome and just do the job, and they're just affordable. So that beer for me gets an 8 out of 10. Defender IPA from Brooklyn is an 8 out of 10. The crisps, I got a funny feeling these are going to be a slow burn. Pardon the pun. Slow burn. I think these crisps, people will talk about them on social media, and they'll end up, do you know when you go to your auntie's house and there's a family party and you put your hand in a bowl of crisps and oh, what are they? Oh, they're the Levi Roots ones, you know, and they'll start going around a bit like Pringles did 20 years ago. They just become part of the furniture. I think these crisps will become part of people's cupboard foods, you know. Always have a bag in, because we have a lot of rain and bad weather in the UK, and for me the chili spice helps me get through the dark days of winter. So I think they're going to be in my cupboard an awful lot, and I think they'll be in many other people's cupboards going forward. For me, I think I've talked enough about beer and crisps. I like the crisps enough to give them a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!